Hello everyone, it's great to be in Brazil. My name is Ari Popper. I'm the CEO of a company called Sci Futures. I'm a futurist. Here representing the founder of this tool. His name's Thomas Zoege Ramsøy. He's a 6'4" Norwegian guy. He hurt his back and he couldn't make the flight. So he asked me to stand in for him, which is fine because I know this tool very well and I've been helping him develop it over the past few months. So I'm here to talk to you about EYE2D2. For those of you who are Star Wars fans, you'll know that R2-D2 was the droid. This is a planet, of course. EYE2D2 is the droid that's going to help you guys with saliency. And yes, this is the droid you're looking for. So there we go. Okay, so I want everyone to say cheese. Okay, and I heard it's whiskey in Brazil. Is that right? Say whiskey. Whiskey? Okay. I prefer whiskey personally, but okay. Okay, so I've taken a picture of you guys, and what I'm going to come back to that picture in a minute. But what I'm talking about today is a way for this computer, it's a research robot, to measure what we call visual magnetism. That is the visual saliency of any image instantly that represents human visual system. So what you have over here is you have ads, a web page, and a store, a shelf store. What EYE2D2 does is it'll tell you what aspects of that visual image will capture your eye, will capture your attention instantly. And it's grounded in neuroscience. Thomas, who isn't here, is a leading neuroscientist. He's the head of the School of Neuromarketing at Denmark. And he's developed this amazing tool to help us predict where the eye will go instantly. What's really cool about this tool is that, as I was saying, the results are instant. You can take any picture and automatically it'll tell you what will catch the eye. You can view it on any device. On your cell phone is probably the way that's most often going to be used, but it's applicable across all different platforms. Okay, so I had to have a chart, I apologize, but it's a very disruptive tool and that's why we're really excited about it, and it's very powerful. When you look at EYE2D2 versus, say, eye tracking or even point click, that's the typical way today to get visual processing, to understand where people are looking, to get saliency. What's really unique about EYE2D2 is that it measures it in a way that's fundamental to the tool itself and really provides a lot of advantages and benefits. So the first one is it measures non-directed saliency. So what does that mean? You don't need to tell anyone where to look. That's the problem with eye tracking, more or less, and with point click. You have to say, look at this image, what caught your eye first, what caught your eye second. Or when you're doing eye tracking research, you have to show people and say, look at this image. What this does is it measures it non-directed. It's 100% reliable, so that means if you take the tool and apply it again and again and again to different images, it's always going to give you the same result. That's not the case with eye tracking. With eye tracking, even if you use a large sample, you're still going to get difference in results. And it's about 70 to 80% variation in what you have the first test with the second. The results are instant, as I'm going to show you in a minute. It's completely scalable. You can test as many images as you want instantly across the world, globally. I'll talk more about how it works in a sec. And it's cheap. Our pricing model right now is for under $1,000 a month. You can test as many images as you want. You can upload them instantly, see what catches your eye. If you don't like it, you can change your stimuli and do it again, again, and again, and again. Obviously, if you're using eye tracking, it's expensive. If you want to do a proper eye tracking study, it's about $10,000. And point clicks, usually it's an add-on on the back of a survey, and some companies charge about $2,500 to $3,000 for point click data. So I'm going to call up a client that's used EYE2D2, and he's quickly going to tell you, Carl from Lowe's, what their experience was using this revolutionary tool.
I had about 50-50 chance I was going to hit that step and come. Anyways, I'm the token client, and we are using EYE2D2. This solves two of my biggest problems. One, the stuff that I need to know, I can't ask people, like what did you see on the shelf or what drives your attention. We can get an answer, but it doesn't really work. And the other one is time. I always get questions that come on my desk on Friday afternoon. I should have results by next week, and traditional research in any form really doesn't get me there. So what this does is I can run almost unlimited iterations of shelf sets, of store layouts, of ads, and we can get results instantaneously, as they're going to show you in a second. And what this does is it provides a whole new way for gaining insight where we would have just gone off our gut. And we have completely changed the way that we look at stuff. Because it's unlimited, we're able to run it, and we have kind of this idea of what people are looking at, and that generates a conversation that we would have never had before.
So just because we've got 1 second left, here are the results of a picture I took earlier this morning. As you can see, that it's pulling out what's visually salient, and here's the results of some of the sponsors' logos. And as you can see, some do well and some don't, right? EC Global, any representatives here for EC Global? Very salient logo. Congratulations. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Sorry, one more slide. There we go.
Nice presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so with some of this, with this kind of technology, this kind of research, I know that one of the really important things is being able to understand the motion in which and the path in which an eye takes.
Yeah.
So you might look at something first, but then what
Yeah.
do you look at next, and then what's
Yeah.
that lead to, what does that lead to,
Yeah.
and at what point does somebody hit the brand or the product?
Yeah. Yeah.
In the offer you've got here, are you able to replicate the path?
No, it doesn't measure the path of the eye. What it measures is what is it about that object that is visually salient in the very first few seconds of seeing it. It's called, in neuroscience, it's called bottoms-up processing.
Okay.
So what it is it's a very initial looking, and it uses a regression analysis to predict which parts of those images will be most salient. Yeah.
And one of the other things we've found
Yeah.
in the past is that there might be something really subtle that can completely change the result you get.
Yes.
So, for example, if you've got a model or
Yeah.
person in your picture,
Yeah.
if they're looking straight at you, will give you a completely different result than if they're just looking to the side.
Yeah.
So are you able to account for some of those small intricacies?
Yeah, what we found is testing and retesting is that changing the image can significantly alter the visual magnetism, yeah. But what it is, and it's important, is it's really those initial seconds. It's pure saliency. It's not cognitive processing. It's not facial recognition. It's nothing like it. It's just visual saliency. Yeah.
And my final question,
Sure, yeah.
Are you doing this for video as well as stills?
Yes, we've already developed video, and we're validating it right now, actually. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, Ari, great presentation.
Thank you.
Quick question in
Yeah.
terms of, you were talking about the idea that mostly through cell phones.
Yeah.
Is there going to be any equipment requirements? You know, is this only going to work on iPhone, Android, or anything like that?
Yeah.
Or is, you know, how are you thinking about that?
No equipment requirements. What we really want to do, there's a couple of parts that we want to take. But the first step would be, which would be really helpful if we won the prize, would be to build an app so that anyone can use it, Android app and iOS app. So anyone, not only market researchers, but marketers, people responsible for setting up shelves, they can just use it via the app. That's really our first step. But that's what's so disruptive about it, is you don't need to wear any equipment. You just take a picture, upload it, and it gives you the results. Yeah.
Tell me, how far are you guys actually in protecting the product? You know, getting patents. Where you guys stand with being able to protect this?
Yeah, we haven't developed a patent yet. We want to develop a patent. What's unique about this is it's a proprietary algorithm that Thomas, the neuroscientist, has developed. So only he knows the kind of secrets to it. So we're fairly protected from that respect. But ultimately, yeah, we do want to get a patent on it and completely lock it up.
Last question, how big is the market?
The market's huge. Any number I put out, it's probably bigger than that. We're seeing this beyond market research. We're seeing it for actual marketers as part of a marketer's toolkit. So any marketer can take it and use it on their ads, on their shelf set, on their storefronts, on anything that they want, basically. Point, click, get visual magnetism, adjust, point, click, visual magnetism.
And then what's the distribution strategy?
The distribution strategy right now is to hire an army of salespeople because we believe it's easy enough to sell, it's very intuitive. We've got some cool people lined up, incentivize them based upon the number of sales they make and give them a base salary. Yeah.
Are there any other questions from the judges? We have time for one question, one brief question from the audience.
All righty. Thanks, guys. I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.